Do you agree with the following assertion? In New Zealand, we're still a long way from gender equality. I completely agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we are. We've done a pretty okay job. You know, there's still stuff to do, but it's really, really a lot more privileged than other places in the world, I think.
I think we're a long way from gender equality all over the world.
There is definitely still a lot of injustice and a lot of sexism in our society. Like, you can't deny that.
I haven't actually kept too up to date with what the current legal standing of gender equality within New Zealand is. But in terms of medically or socially or culturally, yes, I think we have a very long way to go.
I agree with that statement. I think we're a lot closer than a lot of other countries, though. So go us. We also have a woman Prime Minister who just had a baby, and I think that helps.
In New Zealand, we're still a long way from gender equality. Oh, I can't wait for your response.
Nah, it's pretty good.
I think everything's pretty equal.
Yeah.
We have a female Prime Minister, so you can't say that we're definitely a long way. So, yeah.
We've had this discussion a couple of times in our flat. It hasn't gone so well. I wouldn't say like we're a long way compared to some places, but I do think there is still a gap. There's like a pay gap. A lot of places are trying to minimise that actively, which is I think is brilliant.
Probably not close, but we're not a long way away. But I can't talk to something that I can't observe or I can't see. And all I can do is make sure that I'm not contributing to an inequitable society.
But we're a long way from a lot of equality, like racial equality,
exactly.
equality. So, and I think I prioritise those higher
Then gender
equality. We might have an equal representation of male and women, but it might be like all Pākehā men and women, and then they have generally similar, not always, but they can have similar viewpoints. So I think we have to address, the racial kind of inequality in New Zealand first.
Well, Pākehā women are paid
More than
are
Māori.
generally paid more than Māori men.
Māori, Asian, Pacific Island men.
Not to prioritise one over the other, but I think they're both definitely equally important.
It's the little things, I can't go out after dark. I carry a knife with me just in case, I had to take self-defense classes when I was a kid and my brothers didn't have to, just because of this whole rape culture that we definitely have in New Zealand. That's a big thing.
We have not achieved gender equality when we've still got a wage gap, when women are still being questioned about their experiences when they come forward about sexual assault, when women don't have an equal voice that is respected in decision-making.
That happened to my mum recently. She applied for a position that she should have gotten. She had the most experience and she would have been the best person for the role. And a man was selected over her. He did not have as good of an experience, and he's now in the role and he doesn't know what he's doing. And she's there helping him. It's pretty disgusting.
100 years from now, we're going to look back and we're going to just be able to go like, that, terrible, Yeah. In periods of high unemployment, jobs should be reserved for men. Why?
I disagree with this, fundamentally.
Nah.
I disagree.
I disagree with that. Very, very disagree.
I disagree.
I majorly disagree.
Majorly disagree.
No, that I absolutely disagree. That is the kind of opinion that doesn't really have any standing outside of the year 1880, maybe. And even then.
Why would they be reserved for men?
That's just stupid. This is stupid.
In periods of high unemployment, jobs should be reserved for men.
No, I disagree.
I don't know what to say.
No, I think you do.
Just let it out.
Best person for the role. Best person for the role.
I don't think it's a men's job to go out and earn money. I think, we all have the equal right to support ourselves. Why should we, like women, rely on men to, for the support financially?
You go, girl.
No, I don't agree with that at all. I don't know why that's a question.
Could you be happy without contraception?
What's that mean?
Yep.
No, I don't think so. I think, yeah.
No. I think contraception has allowed so much freedom for women.
We'd live in a very different world if we didn't have contraception.
No, because we need everyone to be safe and not a billion kids just running around. So. I do not like boys, so I don't need contraception. However, you know, I know a lot of my friends that do. So I think contraception is a great thing for society and is definitely needed.
I don't think women would have the same opportunities if there wasn't contraception.
No,
But
unless they're including the pull-out method.
Probably not, because I think that's a very scary thought at this age, is becoming like a father. You know, I've had a couple of scares in the past, so yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't be happy if I knew there was nothing protecting that.
it wouldn't be a choice. Yeah. So
But it
I'd
would
be,
remove your options a bit.
yeah, it would remove my freedom. Yeah.
Currently doesn't matter to me
Why is
because
that?
I'm in a same-sex relationship.
Could you be happy without contraception? Yes, definitely. I don't take contraception. I manage my cycles naturally and, have sex according to that. You know, there's like a real consciousness rising around what we put inside of our bodies. And I think contraception in the form of like pills and injections can be really damaging, and we don't know that. Like, we don't fully know the effects of that. Although we do actually know the effects of that, because men won't take contraception because it makes them moody and put on weight. So women kind of just carry that.
Who usually cooks dinner every day at home? Oh man, this is gonna sound so regressed. It's my mum.
Mum. My mum does.
When I do eat at home, it'll be my mum most of the time. Occasionally my dad will cook as well.
Dad always cooks.
Oh yeah, Dad.
Yeah, my dad. That's surprising, eh? I'll say my dad.
For me, my mum cooks dinner most nights.
For me, it's usually me or eating out. Uber.
Like, yeah, at the moment, Uber. No two ways about
Not
it.
adulting.
I would say that I get food delivery like just, you know, a worrying amount. Since Uber Eats became a thing, man, that's a trap.
Me, I cook.
I cook dinner for myself most nights because in a flat environment everyone cooks.
A lot of cooking myself, but also like a lot of food in this flat is shared amongst us all. So it's a collective.
My partner, my roommate.
My partner. That's terrible. We both.
You cook your own dinners, eh? But me and one of our other flatmates, Joe, we share cooking, which makes it easier and I think a little bit cheaper.
I would hope I had a maid that would cook me dinner though. That would be pretty good.
That'd be nice one day, right?
Yeah.